Hello there, channel members, friends, and followers. This is Q8 Pilot, your host for today's show, and today I'm oozing with excitement to bring to you yet another add-on for Microsoft Flight Simulator. First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for being here this evening. And secondly, I'd like to thank FsDreamTeam for providing the Q8 Pilot channel with an early access preview copy of the GSX Pro. Now, GSX is a product, if you've used P3D in the past, you'll be very familiar with the product. GSX is essentially ground operations for the sim. And in my view, it is probably the best ground services or ground handling for flight simulation. I love the product in P3D, and today we're going to be taking a look at it for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Exciting times for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are currently situated at Ankara, the Turkish capital, and we are going to be flying to Dalaman Airport aboard this Turkish airline PMDG 737-700. So, first thing I want to say is that this is a beta, so I cannot stress enough that this is a beta, so some issues might be encountered during our live stream today. And I know a lot of you guys are asking, when is it going to be released? The word from FsDreamTeam is that it's going to be released in a few days. So that means less than a week. That would be my hunch, so probably sometime during the weekend. Of course, that depends on the bug reports that they receive from the community, from those who are actually beta testers like myself, I guess. So we are really testing the product, but this is early access. Let's go ahead and get it started. The installation is pretty simple, and if you're familiar with P3D, it works exactly the same way. They have a new installer. You simply download it, you run it, you put in your activation key, and it works. It will add an icon here in your toolbar, which is the GSX main menu. And from this menu, when you click it, you'll see that we have now the GSX main menu. You will see that it already placed the cons here around the aircraft, but that's not the only thing GSX does. It refurbishes all the jetways in the sim. And the reason I started on the parking spot here at Ankara Airport is I wanted to show you the passenger bus. We're going to see all the animations, and those are really superb animations when it comes to GSX Pro. And once we do that, once we land at Dalaman Airport, what we're going to do is we are going to be taking a look at a jetway operation. So we're going to be taking a look at parking spot here, and we're going to be taking a look at the jetway at our destination. So let's bring it up again here, GSX menu, and the first thing we're going to do is say operate the stairs. And as you can see now, all the equipment is being, and now the nice sounds as well. So it actually not just places all the ground elements, but it gives you branded, as you can see, branded ground elements here. As you can see, this is Turkish Airlines. And by the way, there's nothing else that you need to download. It just simply works. Listen to those beautiful sounds as those stairs are extended. Just look at the animations again. Beautiful animations here of the stairs coming to the aircraft. Beautiful, just absolutely beautiful sounds and very nice animations, as you'll come to see. What I'll try to do is try to expose you to all the ground elements available as of today, and hopefully it will give you a good preview of what this product is going to do. But as you can see now, we have the loaders there, we have the baggage carts there as well, and once we load up the aircraft, we'll be able to see all these animations. So without further ado, let's hop into the cockpit. And by the way, from within the cockpit also, you'll be able to hear the passengers. So there is passenger ambience in there. And it's just really, if if I were to declare an add-on a first day buy for MSFS, this definitely would be on the list. This is a first day purchase, ladies and gentlemen, and it will relieve you from all the different pushback trucks that don't work, compatibility, all of that stuff is gone away with GSX Pro. Works with the Phoenix beautifully, works with PMDG, with the Mad Dog, and by the way, it will automatically detect if you're flying a helicopter or a small GA. The fuel trucks are different for different aircraft, and if the fuel point on the aircraft is more than 3 meters high, actually you'll get a different fuel truck. The fuel truck for the PMDGs is the regular big truck that we see like a tanker that comes and fills up the aircraft with fuel. So let's head over to the overhead panel. We're going to turn on the battery. Now, the one thing I notice is that while the ground power unit is supported in GCX, I don't think it actually connects to the aircraft. So you have to get it from PMDG, and I believe that's probably a bug in this beta version. Will be probably addressed in a later update. All right, so we're going to go to the fuel first here, and we're going to set our fuel today. We're carrying 14,600 pounds of fuel, 14,600, and I'm going to call the fuel truck, and we'll take a look at it. But this way, it's easier, it's faster to get the fuel going. We're going to go back and go to the payload and enter our zero fuel as well, which is 118.4, 118.4, and we're going to enter that here, and now we have the correct fuel and payload. All right, perfect. So what we can do now is go to GSX, and we're going to select request refueling
truck is on its way.
All right, so we're going to wait for the refueling truck now. And we're going to do this in this sequence. We're going to call you can see the fuel truck is coming right there. And I just absolutely adore all the elements. And you'll see, guys, once we call the passengers once the passengers are boarded into the aircraft, the scene is just so realistic. I think that's the fuel truck they are coming. Or is it that one? No, I think it's that one. Yeah, I think that's more like a fire truck, I think. Well, maybe that's a fuel truck, I don't know. There's and I do like the animations, and by the way, the speed of everything in GSX can be controlled via the settings. We'll take a look at that perhaps once we are at Dalaman. So what I'd like to do now is really to show you all the animations here at the parking position, and then we're going to head over to Dalaman Airport. From Dalaman, we'll be able to take a look at some of the settings, and I'll show you guys a little more on how to configure. You can completely configure the jetway positions. That is the fuel truck indeed. All right, I'm not sure exactly what he's doing here.
Fuel truck is in position.
Right, here you go. Beautiful animations. I wish he would not have done that, but that's all right. He's connecting the nozzle, the fuel nozzle, to the aircraft wing.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Okay. Now, the reason you'll see this here, and because I've set this to progressive fuel, and with progressive fueling, that's what happens. So what we can go and do now in the FMC, by the way, let's go just quickly to ground services to request the ground power unit. And we are going to bring up the ground power just to, yeah, all right, there we go. Ground power is now connected to the aircraft.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
All right, so we're going to go here and we're going to say 14600. And we're going to go also to, let's see here, fuel payload, FS actions, ground services, and if you go to the next page here, so we're going to set 146, oh, come on, 14.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired
600.
Fuel quantity.
And we set it here, and now the aircraft is being refueled. We go outside. Should tell us now that the fueling is complete. And by the way, you can see also the, let's do...
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Well, we already done that. Alright, let's do the following. Let's go to fuel, and we'll say 14700. Okay. And we're going to go to ground. Alright, so now it's done. The airplane system is loading 15 gallons, and now it's done. And now you can see that the refueling is complete, and that's because I used the progressive, so it will add whatever is needed in addition to, well, that animation is kind of, you know, not the best of, you know, refueling completed. All right, so now that the refueling is completed, we are going to come back here to the aircraft, set it up, and then we are... right before we start the APU, I'll call the boarding, but yeah, let's just set the ADIRS to nav mode, and then we're going to come down here and put the after fuel pump on, and we're going to arm the emergency lights. Let's turn on the yaw damper. Window heat can go on, and we're going to turn on the hydraulics. We'll put the packs on auto, and we are today going to be cruising at 34,000 feet. 34,000 is now set, ladies and gentlemen, and we want to welcome Aaron Hargrove to the Q8 Pilot channel. I'm very sorry, guys, that I'm not really paying too much attention to chat, but I really want to show you guys this without too much interruption. I really want to showcase this properly to you guys. All right, so we have the fuel done, so we can turn on the fasten seatbelt and non-smoking signs. Everything is done here, beautiful. And then we can go to the FMC. Perfect. Let's go back, and we're going to go to FS... no, we don't want FS Actions. We're going to go to the FMC, and we're going to clear this and go to Position in it. We're going to select the airport, which is Lima Tango Alpha Charlie, or Ankara Airport in Turkey. We are today in the Turkish capital, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to go to the next page, select the GPS position, head back, enter it here, and we have IRS alignment. We're going to go to the route, and the route is available in our flight plan from, let's see here, if we can find it. Next page, LT... That's the one there. So that's Lima Tango Alpha Charlie to Lima Tango Bravo Sierra. That's Ankara to Dalaman Airport in Turkey. And we're going to say a request. Beautiful. We're just going to give it a few moments here to load. By the way, GSX now has SimBrief integration. And the way it uses SimBrief integration is it actually uses the payload information to estimate the number of passengers, and it loads that many passengers. So it actually is very realistic in terms of you know, the number of passengers aboard the aircraft, which it will pretty much match what you have here in the FMC. So we're going to say load, and that will load our flight plan and all the relevant information. Route uplink is now loading, and we should have it here momentarily. All right, we have everything here. We're going to say activate and execute, and as you can see now, we have all our information here. We're going to go to the departure. We're going to select our departure today out of Ankara. We are departing at runway 21. Is it 21 left? Let me just very quickly go to flight plan. I just want to make sure that I have the latest plan from SimBrief. All right, so the departure is going through the 03 right. 03 right is the departure runway, and we're going to be doing so through the Halt T. Let's see. the Halley 1 Tango departure. Halley 1 Tango departure. And we're going to execute that. Let's just go here and see. This is straight there. All right, perfect. We're going to go to the route. We're going to go to the next page. And now we can actually just go ahead and select our arrival into Dalaman. And our arrival into Dalaman will be at runway 19er through the Rev 1 Zulu star. The Rev 1 Zulu. That's the one there. And we're going to be doing, let's see, runway 19. That's a localizer. We can do NDB. We can do RNAV, runway 19er. Or we can do VOR. Let's go back and select the RNAV approach. And let's just make sure that there are no discontinuities in our flight plan. Beg your pardon, we'll check if there is a transition at Dalaman. Let's see here. So there is no transition. All right, so we're going to execute that. And we're going to go to the Lex page, make sure there are no discontinuities. And it looks like there is one here. We're going to select that and execute. Next. All right, so everything looks good. All right, now is a good time to call the catering trucks. So we're going to say request catering.
Catering vehicles are on their way.
Excellent, thank you. And we're also going to say request boarding. Let's see here, where is it? All right, let me just go out here. All right, request boarding. There we go.
Boarding requested. Crew bus is coming.
All right, so first we're going to see the crew bus coming. Now you can see the catering truck is coming, and again, everything is customized per the airport. And this is one of the things I really like about GSX by FsDreamTeam is that you don't really need any additional add-ons. You don't need to download any additional liveries. It's one add-on that completely revamps the... please say that you can change the voice. Joe, I don't... oh, you can remove that lady speaking. That is something I have there just so that I can showcase it for you guys. But, yeah, let me... You see now how the door opens? Alright, let's do this. Just listen to all these sounds. You can see the captain there is heading over to the aircraft. And the co-pilot. And you can see all the catering trays are being loaded into the aircraft. There is the captain and the first officer just boarding the aircraft, followed by the cabin crew.
Crew boarding starting.
All right, so now the crew will board the aircraft. And by the way, in a previous test, as I was just taking a look at the features of GSX, here exactly at Ankara Airport, I had actually different liveries. And so you'll get different trucks, I guess, depending on the position of the aircraft. But if there is anyone with us today from Turkey, maybe they can confirm are the passengers visible from the aircraft? No, the passengers are not visible from the aircraft. Inside the aircraft, they're not, but as they board, then definitely yes, they are. All right, I'm very, very quickly going to head over to the cockpit and just bring up the APU. Right, APU is now starting. So now we have the cabin crew aboard the aircraft.
Your passenger's bus is coming.
All right, passenger bus is coming. And by the way, just want to show you guys something here. Just look at the details there inside the catering truck. Just look at that. How cool is that? Sanister, welcome to the VVIP membership here at the Q8 Pilot channel. Thank you very much for your support, my friend. And now we can see that the passenger truck is also coming. There we go. As you can see, here's the passenger truck.
Passengers boarding started.
All right, and the passengers are now being boarded. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see something really cool. And the movement of the passengers is actually very realistic. I absolutely love it. Just the way you see how the passengers are moving, the speed of, you know, the walking speed of passengers is different, and it does look very, very realistic. Chris, thank you very much for your £2 donation, my friend, or super chat. I appreciate it very much, my friend. Thank you very much. Does GSX work with packs? I don't know. I haven't tested it. But thank you very much. Duncan, been a member for 19 months. Thank you very much for your kind support, sir. I appreciate it. Guys, just look at that. You have just really a beautiful looking scene here. Very, very realistic. It completely revamps the experience in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it really immerses you in you know, really operating the flight as the real world. And this is something I really appreciate and I really like. This is great stuff. Now we can come down here. Let me just slow this down a little bit. Now it wants us to close the doors, so we're going to close the doors in a minute. But first, let's actually zoom in a little bit and just show you that these models are actually pretty nice. And by the way, for airports, for default airports that have no passengers walking inside the terminal, you can set GSX so that there are random passengers walking in terminals, and that is independent of, as you can see here, the cabin crew are greeting the you know, the passengers as they come, leaning forward. That's very kind of you. And here we go. That's the passengers. Obviously, as soon as they enter, they would disappear. You know, you don't actually see them. As soon as they enter, they're just simply gone from the aircraft. All right. It's complaining about it wants us to close the doors. So, all right, we can hear the passengers now, as you can see. Let's go ahead and close these doors. All right, and we're going to go to init here, and we're going to select our zero fuel, and the reserve is, let me see here, check our reserves. You can hear the passenger fasten seatbelts.
Is coming.
All right. Let's see. All right, so reserves today, 5.6, that's 6 and 2, that gives us a total of 7. So we're going to put 7 here, and the cost index for our flight is 5. 5. All right. Cruise altitude today is 340. 340. And that's entered. Cruise wind today is 243.35. 243.35. And we entered that here. And the ESA is
boarding starting.
14. Execute. N1 limit, we're going to go derate our takeoff, and takeoff we're going to go flaps 5 for departure. Center of gravity 18.3%, that's 6.65. Let's go ahead and close that. Over wing door. And we're going to select V1, V2, and V rotate. 136. 136. All right, and cruise altitude is 34,000 feet. All right, 34,000 is set. It still wants us to close some doors, I suppose. Ah, it wants us to open the doors. Wants us to open the cargo doors. So let's go to the next page. Cargo, open, and open. check this out, guys. I mean, the movement of the actual, you know, the ground crew is done quite nicely. Very believable. A little, maybe it needs a little bit of tweaking. That guy looks like he's dancing, but overall, you know, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. And now we can see the baggage cards are coming to load the it looks like we have some cargo as well, and some luggage. That all is being loaded to the aircraft. It will be loaded to the aircraft momentarily, which is pretty cool. I heard there was a follow me truck. Yes, sir, there is a follow me truck, and we will be using it both for the taxi to the runway as well as taxi to the gate as soon as we land into Dalaman Airport in Turkey. I have no idea what the price is of the add-on, but I don't see it costing more than the original GSX. I really don't know. A must-buy, without a doubt, Max Gomez. Absolutely. This is... Guys, trust me on this one. On day one of release, go and purchase this add-on because it will relieve you from everything else, and it does really change your experience completely. And you can really simulate what happens in real world with this. Now you can see here, again, the movement of the cabin crew. You see how the guy's actually picking up the luggage and putting it on the belt, and the belts are going inside the aircraft. It's just absolutely brilliant. Alright, so while the cargo is loading, we can finish up here setting up our aircraft. The trim is 6.65, so let's go ahead and set that. By the way, folks, be sure to tune in this coming Saturday evening for a look at Pro ATC SR for MSFS. It's the arrival product for FS HUD, and we're going to be basically taking a look at that for Microsoft Flight Simulator. They have a new version for the sim, and we're going to be taking a look at that during our upcoming stream on Saturday. Yeah, definitely, Chris. I love the product for P3D. It's a must-have for P3D, and it's a must-have for Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. All right, let's take a look here. Everything now looks good. We can start actually the APU. All right, 34 there is set. We can turn on the fuel pumps, and we can also, everything here looks good. Everything here looks good. We're set this to rejected takeoff, and we are ready once the cabin crew, once we have clearance from the ground crew. They're still loading the last pieces of luggage there, and then we will push back. Of course, we don't really need to push back, but it wouldn't be fun not showing you how the pins are inserted and all the nice animations. If we go back here, let me just go back out. Let me do this. All right. And we can go down. I'm just going to go underneath the aircraft. Just look at that. Beautiful animations. Very, very convincing. Very believable without a doubt. Even the driver, you know, there's some nice animations there with the driver as well. And you can see, by the way, right here how the baggage is, see that? That is very, very cool indeed. He looks angry. Yeah. GSX Pro by FsDreamTeam. And by the way, they have some really nice airports. And I suppose, by the way, it works with any airport. So you don't really need to have an FsDreamTeam airport. It works with all airports. It revamps all your jetways. And if you don't want, FsDreamTeam or GSX to override jetways in your third-party add-ons, that's something you can also do from the settings. So definitely you can do it there. And I want to thank Carlos Eduardo de Silva for becoming a subscriber here at the channel. Welcome aboard, my friend. When it will be released, Taysir, it will probably be released in a few days. I don't have the exact date from FsDreamTeam, but it is still in beta, folks. There are, by the way, a few issues that I have seen. When the pushback truck, it kind of moves to the right or left, the tires, the tilt of the tires is not always correct. But that's hopefully something that they can address, as this is just a beta. But even the texture of, just look at the stairs here, look at the textures. This is just phenomenal in terms of the texture work. It is, I would say this is PMDG quality. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's really, really nice. All right, so it looks like we're almost there. And the last last set of baggage there is being loaded into the aircraft, and we'll be able to close the cargo doors. Let's go ahead and remove the GPU now. So I'm going to go ahead and set the parking brake. We're going to go to, let's see here. All right, there we go. We're going to go to, we'll leave this one here. And by the way, I like the fact that it just kind of gives you the pages to close the doors. We're going to go back to the menu here. We're going to go to FS Actions and go to Ground Services. We are now going to remove... Ooh, what happened here? I think I know what happened. There we go. Alright. So we have the power back. Looks like we did not turn the... Alright, everything here, dual FMC is restored. Everything looks good. And it looks like we are now just waiting for this guy to... Alright. So boarding is now complete. And we have all the passengers. We can now close the doors. So let's go ahead and close the cargo doors. And as you can see, all of the equipment is being now removed from the aircraft. Excellent. And now what we're going to do, we're going to go back to the GSX menu, and we're going to say prepare for pushback and departure.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
And you can see now the lady is going to insert the pins to start pushing the aircraft.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Right, you see the pin has been placed now, and now the pushback truck is going to come to the aircraft. And just look at that. Look at the beautiful animations, the high quality textures of all the ground equipment in GSX Pro for MSFS.
Locking gear.
All right, gear is being locked. Perfect. All right, so we're just gonna say no, straight pushback.
Release parking brakes, please.
All right, let's go ahead and release the parking brake.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
All right, and we have clearance to start our engines, so we are going to turn off the packs, and let's go ahead and start with the engine number 2. Look at that, guys. Absolutely beautiful. Now it's going to push us back about 100 meters in sim terms, and then we're going to stop. Of course, we didn't really need to push back, but of course it wouldn't be fun not showing you how the aircraft is pushed back. And by the way, there's different vehicles, so yeah, it looks fantastic. Works exactly as advertised. Really a sensational product by FsDreamTeam. A job very well done. Love the animations. Again, very, very convincing the way this is done. And probably stop here, and it will ask us to set the parking brake.
Please set parking brakes.
All right. Now, in the interest of time, we can come here and we can say stop here. No, we can leave that. In position, please set the parking brake. All right, we've set the parking brake. Ah, hang on 1 second here.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
All right, very well. Let's go ahead and start engine number 2. All right, she's waiting for us now. So what we can do is we can go and confirm engine start, confirm good engine
Cockpit to
start.
ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
There we go, and as you can see now, she will go ahead and disconnect the pushback truck and remove the pin cover as well.
Unlocking gear.
Not sure what happened there, but
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
all right, so we've received the hand signals. Perfect. All right, so we have a good start on both engines. Let's go ahead and turn on the generators. Yeah. All right, generators are on, and we can see now the ground crew is moving away from the aircraft. All right, and let's see here. Window heat. Packs to auto, isolation valve to auto. APU bleed is off, and here's the hand signal from the ground crew. All right, bye-bye. Thank you for your service. We'll see you next time. All right, all's good, folks, and we're ready to go. Now, it wouldn't be fun if I don't show you the follow me truck. So I think Turkish airport. She needs hearing protection. I think she's got it. I think she's had something on her ears. Yeah. All right. So let me set this to TARA for departure, and it just would be fun. The fun wouldn't be complete if we don't call the follow me truck. So we're going to let's see. We're gonna go to runway 21 left. So let's go ahead and bring up GSX once more. And by the way, Let's see here. Parking gate. Why is it doing that? GSX setting. It's not allowing me to select a... it's just giving me positions. Alright, 2, 1 left. Alright, 2, 1 left. That's 2, 1 left. And request follow me. We're going to say yes. And now we're going to wait for the follow me truck to arrive. In the meantime, we can set flaps 5. Alright, arrival in 12 seconds. Let's take a look at the outside here. There it is. That's the follow me truck there. And hopefully it will guide us. Follow me arrived is on your left. There you go. That's the follow me truck. He's still trying to make up his mind where he wants to stop and to guide us. Alright, looks like that's where he's going to be. So we're going to release the parking brake. By the way, let's do this one more time. All right. So rejected takeoff is set. Flaps are set. Everything's good. We can put the engine mode selector on continuous. And we can turn off the APU. Runway turn off lights and taxi lights are on. And we are ready to go. All right. He's waiting for us there. All right. Let's go ahead and release the parking brake. Parking brake released, and we're just going to follow the truck there, and he will guide us to the runway. Excellent. Can you select the specific route for the follow me truck to take, like if a VATSIM gives you something unusual? Well, yeah, you can select to the left, to the right, or you can select the position. You can customize the exact location where you want the pushback truck to turn the aircraft. So that's something totally doable. Not only that, but you can also customize the actual parking position, which is very, very cool. And yeah, there's a lot. And by the way, guys, there is a 70-page manual that accompanies GSX Pro. So this is actually a feature-rich application, jam-packed with things that you can do to fully customize your experience in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And really a very well-developed and executed product for the sim. All right, let's keep an eye on this guy, see where he's going. All right, so here is the follow me truck, and let's see if he takes us to the correct runway. Right, looks like he's speeding. I think, and by the way, you can control the speed of the follow me truck. I think currently it's set at 17 knots, but you can change that again from the GSX menu. And we'll take a look at the GSX menu and the jetway operations at Delaman Airport once we arrive into our destination. By the way, this scenery of Ankara Airport is payware, and it is available on the Sim Market Store. And of course, Delaman Airport, the destination of our trip today, is from my partners Simulations, and is available on Orbex and I&I Build stores. This is the truck there, and so we're going to just follow him and see. It looks like he's going to the right spot because that's where the runway, actually that's runway, we wanted to go to runway 03, didn't we? Yeah. Let me see if I can change this because this is not the correct runway. Change parking facility, currently runway. Alright, let's see here. We want runway 0, 0. Oh, it's just still showing 21. No, we want 03. Is it right or left? I can't remember. Runway 03 right. Yeah, request to follow me to go there. Alright, so we're just going to wait for the, because this is not the right, that's my bad, not GSX. So we're just going to wait for him to come, and then we need to head actually in the opposite direction. It's a good thing I realized. Looks like 1 minute and 13 seconds. All right. So basically I have a different plan in front of me, and I'm not sure why, but I believe, yeah, we're taking off runway 31 left. Departure 3 right. All right. Uh, 313 right. Say yes. Okay. Follow me is arrived. Where is he? Where is the follow me truck? I can't see him. Well, that was my bad because I kind of selected a different runway. Oh, there he is. I think I saw him. There he is. That's him right there. He looks like he's coming to us now. Woo! He's coming, and he's really speeding now. All right. Follow me has arrived. Perfect. And now he'll take us to the runway. Perfect. All right. Not sure where he's going. Follow me aborted for safety reasons. All right. Well, we'll just go to the runway, guys. And I think you get the idea. And well, what we'll do is once we arrive into Delaman, we'll also summon the follow me truck to take us to a suitable parking position. Now, one thing to note is when you first load GSX, there are certain parking positions that are not suitable for the type of aircraft that you're flying. And the nice thing about GSX is that it will pop the menu and it will tell you, please select a suitable facility at the airport that you're at in order to wrap the aircraft there. And you can either just wrap the aircraft there, or you can go to it. I always choose wrap me there because it's easier and faster. But yeah, it's really a very well developed application, without a doubt. And I can't wait to actually use GSX with Pro ATC. I'm going to run a few tests to make sure that they are compatible with one another, because I know that this is in beta, and we don't want to really misrepresent any product during any of our live streams. So if they work together, then I will do it together. If not, then on this coming Saturday evening, folks, I am going to be doing a first look. Well, it's been released for a while, but for me, it's a first look of Pro ATC SR for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it's the same product that was originally made for P3D and FSX. It is available for MSFS, and we're going to take a look at that in the coming days. All right, here's the runway. All right, and as we approach the runway, we're going to turn on the auto throttle, and we're going to turn on the landing lights, and the strobe lights can go on. Anti-collision we forgot, and here's the wing lights. All right, perfect. Here's the runway 03 right, and we are, ladies and gentlemen, ready to go. Beautiful scenery of Ankara, the Turkish capital. That's 03 right, and we are cleared for takeoff. All right, 40%, and toga. All right. Nice long runway. We're coming up to V1.
V1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gears going up. Beautiful. By the way, let's go and start our clock. Our flight time today is approximately 1 hour, so we should be there within the hour. We're looking good. Speed check, flaps 1. VNAV. VNAV did not engage for some reason. Alright, let's go back here. And let's see here. Why is VNAV not engaging? Not sure why. VNAV, we'll worry about it later, but let's increase our speed. Right, speed check, flaps up. Well, nav is not doing it either. Ah, that's why. Yeah, I'm too focused today on GSX, so that's okay. That's all right. All right, so we have everything set up here. FD not active. That's exactly right, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, should bring the speed down as well, and we can close this and disarm the speed brakes. That looks good. Everything here looks good. We're fast approaching 8,000, 900,000. All right, well, we can go ahead and turn off the landing lights, runway turn off lights, taxi lights, and the wing lights. Everything else can stay on, and everything is looking good. All right, autopilot 1 is engaged. Beautiful country, Turkey. And here is Ankara as we depart. Beautiful scenery here of the Turkish capital. And the approach, by the way, into Dalaman is absolutely beautiful. Lots of backseat pilots in chat today. Wing view, sure. Here you go. Here is a wing view for you guys. Captain Egypt, welcome aboard. Just guys, look at this beautiful scenery. Yeah, so I really like FsDreamTeam GSX Pro. I think it's a very well developed product, an absolute must-have, a day one purchase for me. And of course, guys, for those of you who've been long enough on the channel, you'll know that even when I'm given something to preview on the channel, if I don't think that it's worth it, I would not say that it is. But this one is worth it. My hunch, it's going to be in probably somewhere between the $50-$60 range, 50 maybe, something like that, 50 or 60, something like that. That would be my hunch. Amazing reflections, absolutely, Mark. Yeah. Legendary pilot, best view ever. Absolutely, yeah, the graphics are just outstanding. And here is another view on the other side. Look at that. Turkey, by the way, is a beautiful country to fly in. And all right, we're at 12,000. Looks like there is a restriction. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at our flight plan. Not sure why don't we have the rest of the altitudes there. We have that set. What is it complaining about here? of scheduled descent. Alright, well here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a level change. Should not have gotten that message, but it's clear now. Alright, so everything's looking good here. Excellent. We're still not getting the altitudes here, though. That is a little bit strange. Check your CI. Well, we have entered the performance. Cost index is there. All the information is there. 34,000 feet to the set. Yeah, everything looks good here. Let's go to the next page. That's very strange. Climb page. Climb page is good. Cruise altitude is set, so everything is good here. Enter here again. Enter. Let's see if that, no, that doesn't do anything. None whatsoever. So we go to the program page. Yeah, I'm not sure why. Alright, let's go to the VNAV. I'm not sure what the problem is. I wonder how it would be trying to survive a plane with one of the engines on fire. Hey Mika, how are you doing? Cost index is set. The cost index is 5. We can change it. We go to performance here. That's the cost index. So we can say, for example, I don't know, 15. And execute that. I wonder if it changes anything. I don't think so. But yeah, we can definitely have it there. But I don't see any change here. Very, very strange. VNAV and flight directors are all on, so all is good there. Just look at that sight, ladies and gentlemen, a beautiful sight over Turkey. Absolutely lovely. And by the way, just in terms of performance, because I know a lot of you guys have, you know, probably mid-range machines, not many of you guys have high-end machines. I did not really notice any degradation in performance with GSX. So I pretty much get the same FPS, you know, with and without GSX at all the airports. So I haven't really seen anything. Press again on the Alt. There we go. Everything is set here. It says it cannot cruise altitude. So, alright, here's what we're going to do. We are going to go to the climb page. We're going to change this to 300. Alright, we'll enter that. 300. We're going to enter 300 here as well. And we're going to change it to 300 here. Alright. Maybe it likes this better. There we go. All's good now. And now we have the TC and TD. It's gonna, looks like it's gonna keep doing funny things here. It looks like this is a bug, guys. But it's, if I go to program, TD in 181 nautical miles. Alright. So this is top of climb, and TD in 180 nautical miles. Alright, so that works. That works. Okay, so we fixed that. And now we can enjoy the rest of the beautiful scenery here over Turkey. Just look at that. Gorgeous. By the way, if we go to the GSX menu, it says not available while cruising higher than 10,000 feet, faster than 250 knots. By the way, lavatory services are coming as well, so there are a few services that are still not available, but they are going to be brought into the product in due course. And yeah, just really a fantastic application, a fantastic add-on for Microsoft Flight Simulator. What a weird question. What's that? Um, 737-800, do you know when will you know when? I have no, Samuel, I don't have a clue when it's coming out. Mark Pierce, I'm so tempted to buy Pro ATC or FS HUD, waiting for you to do a video on Pro ATC. I already have a pilot to ATC, but want something different. Also, I'm interested in FS2 Crew for the Phoenix CRJ and MD-80. Well, so as far as FS2 Crew is concerned, I do have FS2 Crew Express pushback. I've used it. Personally, I did not like it very much. And I was tempted to go for the FS2 Crew for the Phoenix. And I probably will, just to compare it with First Officer Next. So I really like First Officer Next, and I've been using First Officer Next on many of my streams. But we'll have to see. FS2 Crew for the Phoenix A320 looks promising, at least from the videos that I've seen. So I am going to get it, and I'll give you my honest opinion as well. We continue now our cruise, ladies and gentlemen, 30,000 feet, and let's bring up the traffic, and we're going to bring up the terrain here as well, and all is looking good. By the way, I've had some issues today with Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it turns out that it was one of the airports that I've had, so I moved it and everything was fine. Can you choose the taxiways for the follow me truck to take? Just in case, like in VATSIM control, gives you a specific instruction. I believe you can customize the route. The option is there. We'll take a look. I recall seeing this option when you do the pushback. I believe it is there. Yes, you can customize the exact route that you want to take, or have the pushback truck push you to. And of course, you can always push to the right, you can push to the left, and you can do straight out, and you can customize it for sure. No, FS2 Crew doesn't have real voices anymore. They use AI voices. That is correct, yes. That is correct. Just look at that view, ladies and gentlemen. One of my favorite views is this one here. Perfect. Doesn't have, let's see here, try now. They now sound a little, they do. And by the way, I'm not too crazy about the sound, you know, the pushback truck sounds in GSX, and they seem like to be exactly the ones that we're very accustomed to hearing in P3D and FSX. But there are always mods to change those sounds. I used to use a modded sounds for GSX in FSX and P3D. Maverick, which is better, the PMD G737 or the Phoenix A320? I think I answered that question with a lot of details, and I've stated exactly why. But maybe you'd like to hear the opinion of someone else in chat. Maybe they can tell you what they think. I've spoken my mind and given my 2 cents on both the aircraft. I need flight meal service. Oh, that I don't know. I don't think it's available now. It's actually not available at this altitude. So my hunch is that no, it's not there yet. An appropriate comparison would be like FS Labs and versus Phoenix. That is actually a very logical. It would be a very logical comparison to compare the two. Yes. Are you doing? You are doing great. I always love airplanes and flying, and what dreams. Oh, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. Just drop by to leave a like. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Mohammed Ryan, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. And I do want to thank all of the channel members that are here today, who are with me this evening, and all of you guys for spending, you know, the evening here with me. It's really great fun to have you all. And so what we're going to be doing, I hope that I've given you a good preview of FsDreamTeam GSX Pro. Now, what we've done at Ankara is that we were at a parking position. We were not at the gate. And so you were able to see all the animations as far as, you know, the passenger bus, the pilot, the cabin crew and pilot bus. And of course, we've seen the fuel truck and catering trucks and the pushback truck. Also, right before we went to the runway, we've taken a look at the Follow Me car, which seems to be working exactly the way it should. Of course, I gave it the wrong instructions, so it kind of took me. It took us to runway 21 left in the beginning. But what we're going to do at Dalaman is we are going to park at a jetway, and the jetways with GSX are completely, they've completely received a facelift, so they look better. You can, by the way, customize them. You can customize the jetways. You can customize the aircraft position, and just for those of you who missed the beginning of the stream, the product comes with a 70-page manual. That is substantial. And everything is explained in great detail, how to do things, what are the limitations, and what each option does. We'll take, by the way, a look at the settings menu as soon as we are closer to once we land at Dalaman. All right, let's take a quick look here at our flight plan, see how well we're doing. And if we look here, we can see that the top of descent is probably not too far now. If we go to this 123 nautical miles, so we're almost there. And if we go to initial reference, let's go ahead and set this. Dalaman Airport has a reasonably long runway, so there is no need for flaps 40. And the weather looks pleasant as well. So I'm going to select flaps 30, and we're going to add 5 knots to the VREF speed to give us a final approach speed of 139 knots. And we're going to enter that here, and that is now set perfect. All right, all is looking good. And yeah, we continue to our destination, and here's a look at the outside, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely stunning view over Turkey and this Turkish Airlines aircraft. I think GSX is really an add-on that first of all replaces all the pushback tools that we have seen. And yeah, of course it is not free, it is a payware add-on, but in my view it just fixes the issue of, you know, different aircraft requiring different pushback. I know for example, pushback toolbar, probably the most successful pushback add-on for MSFS, does not work with the Phoenix A320. As a matter of fact, if you have it installed and you load the Phoenix, it immediately tells you that this add-on may cause issues, and it actually may break the aircraft. But with this add-on, though it is a paid add-on and a premium add-on, I think it really is worth it. And I don't think that I will ever be able to fly in MSFS without GSX now that it's there. And I've struggled, by the way, with a lot of the, a lot of the aircraft having to use the big, tug to push back a small aircraft. But that is all now history, and we can now really enjoy it. And this is just fantastic. Do you think there will be a discount for those who bought P3D FSX version? I don't know. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. What cockpit texture mod do you use? Well, I'm using Mike's modded textures, and I really like this a lot because it changes things, as you can see here down below, and you can see the nice scratches here. And it changes also the colors of the displays to make it match with referenced 737 aircraft, like a real Boeing 737. So it gives you a more realistic experience as far as the look and feel of the cockpit, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Does the texture mod impact FPS? No, none whatsoever. There is no degradation performance that I have witnessed whatsoever. You should be fine. And by the way, GSX doesn't affect performance either. So if you are, if any, maybe 1 or 2 FPS, if any. But yeah, I have not noticed any degradation in performance at all with the GSX. That was asked in the official forums, but there was no answer. We have with us, ladies and gentlemen, Aviation Daniel, just became a subscriber here of the Q8 Pilot channel. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. It's always good to welcome new members to the channel here. And I want to thank you again, guys, really for all your support. Simbit World was with us on the last stream, and goodness gracious, he gifted so many memberships. Him, Carl Childers, Scott, Duncan, all these guys have gifted so many memberships for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. And yes, there will be some exclusive content for members coming very soon here on the channel. Captain Robbie, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You're most welcome, Aviation. Thank you for being with us, sir. I really appreciate it and appreciate your support and your subscription to the channel. Right, looking at our flight here, by the way, I really like the terrain over Turkey, very mountainous terrain, and it's got some really beautiful places to visit. By the way, one of them is Dalaman, Bodrum, I think is another. Antalya is another great spot to visit if you are ever in Turkey. But I love the mountainous terrain across the country. And it's a country where children can really have a lot of fun. It's a very children-friendly country. I know my mom and a lot of my relatives visit Turkey regularly. I have not been to Turkey yet. I think I have. Well, I'm not sure. I think I have, but it's been a very long time ago. And we have Jeff74. Welcome aboard to the Kuwait Pilot channel. Glad to have you with us. Steve Bennett, how are you doing, my friend? How does it affect the FPS? It has no effect on FPS whatsoever. It really is very, very optimized and very FPS friendly. And we also have with us Larry AMG. Welcome aboard to the Kuwait Pilot channel. Glad to have you. And flight level 350. Welcome aboard to the Kuwait Pilot channel. Mark says that Pro ATC is supposed to speak to all AI traffic around you and also can change their direction, etc. Sounds better than Pilot ATC, to be honest. Yes, it does interact with all the traffic, whether it is generated from within the app or through a third-party add-on like Alpha India Group. It will control whatever traffic it finds. So it is, in that respect, better than Pilot to ATC. We have with us also Stan and Badger. Hello, guys. Welcome. Glad to have you very much with us here today. And thank you for your continued support. I appreciate it. And ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Air France Flight Simulator, who just become a subscriber here of the Kuwait Pilot channel. Thank you very much for your support and being a subscriber here at the channel. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Right, we continue to cruise at 30,000 feet, and let's take a quick look at our flight plan here. TD in 67 nautical miles. And if we zoom in and take a look at our final, the approach platform, or the platform altitude is going to be, it looks like 1700, but I'm going to verify this through Navigraph just to make sure. All right, we're arriving at runway 19er. Right, new flight from Simbrief. All right, let's see here. Okay, so we go to Dalaman Airport, and from Dalaman Airport, by the way, if you guys are wondering what I'm doing, so this is what I'm doing here. That's us right there. And we're simply going to go to the approach, and we're going to select runway. That's the runway. All right. And we are going to bring the overlay. Why is that not? Let's do this. Here we go. All right. So it looks like. Let's see. So we're going to come at 4,300. That's at NAVSA. That's mandatory. And so there is a restriction there with a maximum of 200 knots. We are going to then descend all the way to 2150, and then it would be the runway. All right. Well, that's simple enough, I think. That's Dalaman. By the way, the approach into Dalaman, we are approaching Dalaman from, we're approaching from the north, I believe, but the approach from the ocean side, from the seaside, is absolutely spectacular. It's just incredibly beautiful approach into Dalaman if you come through the other side. Unfortunately, we're going through the other side, which is not going to allow us to see the beautiful scenery as we come. All right, we're time to reset the MCP altitude. We're going to set it at 4,300. So this is above 40, above 5,000, above 2,500. I'm going to go ahead and set it to 1,700. All right, 1,700 feet is set, and we are ready to begin our descent now in about 15 nautical miles or so. H. Martin, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Joe, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. Can you request Phoenix ground services from the FMGS but not GSX ground service? All right, so that's a good question, hey, Fred. And what in the instructions received from FsDreamTeam is actually not to do that, because there is a profile for those three. There is a predefined profile for the Phoenix A320, the PMDG, both the 736 and 7, as well as the Mad Dog by Leonardo. So they specifically say, do not connect anything to the aircraft from within the electronic flight bag with the Phoenix. And if you noticed at the beginning of this stream, I've actually disconnected the PMDG stairs, because by default it comes with its own stairs and the door is open. So what I've done is I removed completely any dependency on the PMDG ground services, so that there is no conflict. And that is something now the instruction we've received, I'm not sure if we've received it because this is a beta and that you will be able to do it from my hunch is that Phoenix and PMDG, all three, they are going to integrate GSX within the FMC. And this is something we've seen in we've seen this in P3D. So in P3D, the PMDG aircraft, if you go to the pushback option, you can actually select whether you want it to be PMDG or GSX. And I believe that probably in the next updates, that's going to happen aboard this aircraft as well. That would be my hunch. Will they have a profile for the Headwind A330 Neo? I'm sure that you will see those coming out soon. But it actually does work right now, so you are able to push back, but the position maybe of the catering trucks, maybe it won't be as accurate. But I haven't actually tested anything other than the PMDG and the Phoenix, and it works flawlessly for both aircraft. So I don't know, but hopefully we'll be able to see this in upcoming streams. But as it is, out of the box, an absolute must-have, and definitely highly recommended with the complete, approval from the QA Pilot channel. GSX is a must-have, folks. Are there dual jetways? I don't know. I haven't tested it yet, so I haven't really had much time, because I received the email from FsDreamTeam last night. It was pretty late for me to actually do any testing. So I went through a little bit, read through the manual, just to understand what are the new features. I really love the fact that they are integrating with SimBrief now for the payload information. And then I had to go to work this morning, and then just right after I came back, that's when I really started delving into the product and what it's got to offer. And it's actually, though it is a beta, it's pretty clean. It works pretty good. The only thing I noticed is that sometimes when the pushback truck reverses out of the position, so after you unlock the gear and the pushback truck, the actual tilt of the tires, so you'll see the tires tilted to the left, but the truck is actually moving in a straight line. So those are kind of, you know, those kind of the, you know, nitty-gritty details that I was able to kind of see. But they have yeah, so I can't wait for the PMDG EFB for the 7.3. It's one of the very best. But until the EFB comes out, the Phoenix feels a lot more complete package. Now, look guys, I have my 2 cents on this. Although modern aircrafts have an electronic flight bag, I don't think that it works like this in real life. So in real life, you don't have, you know, an EFB that you go and you know, it connects to SimBrief and download the plan there. I think that is done for the sim. Although it considerably reduces your workload, but I find it to be somewhat unrealistic. That, you know, click sync load sheet, click sync you know, SimBrief plan, and then you're good to go, and you just copy all the performance data and put them in the MCDU. To me, that is not very realistic, but it does reduce your workload considerably. So from that perspective, yes, I love it. I think it's the best EFB, but I'll tell you, my preference is still PMDG. I still think that the #1 add-on for Microsoft Flight Simulator in terms of jet aircraft is commercial jets. That is the Boeing 737 by PMDG, and both are great. The 737 and the 600 variant. And I'll tell you, the aircraft that I'm really waiting for is the 777, PMDG 777. That is something I really am waiting for, and I know it's probably going to be a very long time before we see it, but that is probably my absolute favorite aircraft. Will GSX integrate with add-ons such as FS2 Crew add-ons? It depends. So it will, for example, FS2 Crew have a product called FS2 Crew Express Pushback. I suppose that they will probably conflict with one another. The only advantage I think there is with the with FS2 Crew Express Pushback is the ability to use voice, and the voices that speak back to you are actually very realistic. So that in terms of that, I mean, you can use one or the other. I think if you ask me for my honest opinion, which one would I use? I would definitely use GSX over anything else for pushback, without a doubt. And what I really like about the product is that it really is customized per airport. So if you go to, as we've seen, to Turkey, all the ground services and deliveries are realistic. They belong to that airport, and the same thing for all the other equipment. So if you go, for example, to Los Angeles, you'll probably find American liveries and things like that. So I think, generally speaking, I don't think there is anything that is a match for this product on the market today. Now you can purchase several other add-ons like FS2 Crew Pushback Express, and then the Phoenix, the, what do you call it, the captain thing for the Phoenix A320 from FS2 Crew, which in a way can enhance your experience. But what I'd like to see is integration between, for example, First Officer Next and GSX. That's something I would really love to see. And for example, you can say, cockpit to ground, and they say flight deck go ahead, and that would be really a nice integration to have between First Officer Next and GSX. I hope they work together. I hope the two development companies or the developer works with FsDreamTeam to bring that integration, because I think it would be absolutely great. We have, ladies and gentlemen, begun our descent towards Dalaman Airport, Lima Tango Bravo Sierra. And just for those of you who just joined us, you can always get the links to all the add-ons from within the chat command. I know that GSX Pro is still not available for purchase, but once it is available, I will post the link in the description of this stream. Of course, we're going to be doing a lot of streams with the GSX, and I will be doing more of short tutorials kind of to teach you the ropes of using GSX, to your, and customizing the experience to your liking. So yeah, more to come there, without a doubt. And just for those of you who did not participate in the community poll, most of you have voted for having the short videos for tutorials and reviews, and keep the streams for the flights. I think I can meet halfway and maybe create chapters, but again, I agree that in a stream format it would be fun at the time the stream's going on, but beyond that, I think it becomes a little too much for somebody who wants something specific and goes through the stream and tries to fiddle around to find out the information that he's looking for. So if I do streams in the future, they will have chapters to kind of highlight exactly where I think people are going to look for specific information in those streams. But for the rest of the tutorials and reviews, I am going to revert back to the video format and produce shorter videos, probably more concise, and yeah, be kind of just for those of you who are don't have much time to watch and they just want something very specific. I think that's what the channel was found on initially. And I think I will revert back to that format for the tutorials and reviews. We have a question from Joe. Before engine start, you entered the CG value before passenger loading had finished. Does this value not change in line with passenger loading? The only thing that would change in this case is if you don't have the correct zero fuel. The passenger number was, in this case, estimated. So I don't think that it had any effect on the zero fuel that we've entered. Mike asks, do you have a video on how to pan views in MSFS? Mike, I do have a video on drone camera. I know this has been asked so much on the channel, and I promise you that I'm going to do a tutorial very soon on the drone camera, all its features, how do you pan out. I did cover it in I believe in the flight control replay stream that I've done. I covered initially how to pan through the camera, because it's very essential for content creators to know exactly how to use it. Now, the easiest way is if you have an Xbox controller. That would make your life a lot easier, but I've used the keyboard and I can do exactly what folks do with the Xbox controller using my keypad and the mouse. So hopefully I'll get around to doing that, if not this weekend, the weekend after. And we are now continuing our descent towards Dalaman Airport, ladies and gentlemen, 20,000 feet for 1,700 feet. Let's go ahead and take a look at the outside. As you can see here, a beautiful sight of Turkey here as we approach our destination, Dalaman Airport. And the destination airport is developed by Simulations. In my view, one of the best sceneries for this region is developed is Dalaman Airport by Simulations. Fantastic airport, optimized for performance, and it's just really a fantastic airport, fantastic scenery. Mertoya, welcome aboard, my friend, and thank you very much. It's good to be in Turkish airspace. Is your flight sim on a dedicated SSD or M2 drive? It is on an M2 drive. So here's what I do, folks, just for those of you who are interested. I normally have the simulator. I have 3 drives on my PC. 2 of them are M.2 drives. and they're both a terabyte of data. And I have one M.2 for X-Plane, one M.2 for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and then I have a regular SSD for the operating system. And I don't install anything on those SSDs unless it's MSFS or X-Plane. So if the add-on is an X-Plane add-on, it goes on its own drive with X-Plane. And that is, of course, the recommended way, because the search for any file on the same SSD, on the same M.2 would be a lot faster than having it on a separate drive. So I normally have everything to do with the sim on one drive. And in the build that I'm doing now, I'm actually purchasing M.2 2 terabyte discs, and those will be so I will have 3 of them. So I'm going to have 3 M.2s, all of which are 2 terabytes, and it was really tough selecting a motherboard that can do this. I'm also considering, but not yet confirmed. So your system board has M.2 connections. It has, yes, that is correct. That is correct, Fly Robin. Is there Southwest catering trucks and other companies as well? Yes, all the major airlines are there. And yeah, you can expect, if you were in the States, if you're at an airport in the States, you can expect to see American, Southwest, depending on the airline that you're flying. All right, we are approaching our destination. This is a beautiful sight there of the area ahead of us. Very mountainous terrain. Let's set the barrel reference there, setting altimeter. Altimeter is set. And I'm going to very quickly go here. And now we're starting to get this. All right, here we go. So we're going to go to the next page, RW19. And we're going to go to the fixed page. And we're going to say RW19er, and enter that and create our 10 nautical mile range ring. As we do, as you can see, it's right there now. It's right ahead of us, so we are pretty close to our destination. And as soon as we land, folks, at Dalaman Airport, what we're going to do they have cargo also? Yes, they do have cargo. As you've seen it, if you just joined us, you can always go back to the beginning of the stream, and you've seen the cargo being loaded into the aircraft. Obviously, if it was just cargo aircraft, GSX will automatically detect that, and it will not send passengers. It will only send cargo towards the aircraft. And we have with us Iron K. Greetings from Germany. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us from Germany. I can't imagine how hot there. I am melting in Istanbul. Well, yeah. How do you cool your components in Kuwait? Well, everything is air conditioned in Kuwait, so not really a big deal. Everywhere is air conditioned in Kuwait. All the houses, all the offices, obviously in your car, anywhere you go, it's air conditioned. But today was an exceptionally hot day in Kuwait. It was very, very hot, and we've been also suffering from humidity lately, which is just really, really bad. Yeah, I mean, we stay indoors for the most part. Sometimes you're forced to walk the distance from offices, and this is just really an agonizing experience trying to walk in this weather here. All right, we are looking good, ladies and gentlemen, and we are on our way to our destination. When we're 11,000, approaching 10,000 feet, you can see the beautiful mountainous terrain here ahead of us as we approach Dalaman. And what a beautiful sight here aboard this. I really like Turkish Airline livery. I think it looks really cool. And this is our 10 nautical mile range. As you can see, we're approaching now 10,000 feet. We're going to deploy our landing lights, runway turn-off lights, and the taxi lights. We're going to come here and turn on the wing lights as well. And all's looking good. Perfect. let's see here if we have any restrictions. So above 900,000, above 5,000, 220 knots. We're going to begin momentarily. All right, let's go ahead and extend the speed brakes a little bit to reduce our speed. And yeah, as you can see here, mountainous terrain as we approach. Love mountains. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and reduce our speed a little bit. We should be at about 220. And all right, I think that's cool. We're almost there, and as soon as we land at Delman, we will summon the follow me truck so that it takes us to a proper gate into the airport, and then we'll take a look at the jet operations. By the way, the jet, there is also now what they've done is that in the actual jetway, in the opening, there is actually a guy now that actually takes care of the jetways to give it create even more realism. And you hear the sounds of the jetways as well. They are implemented. The bell sounds as the jetway come to and away from the aircraft. So I think all in all, they really have studied the operations at the air. I'm sure that real world ground crew have helped in the development of GSX because it is very, very realistic indeed. Of course, some glitches here and there. Of course, room for improvement, but out of the box. First, this is a day one purchase, and whatever the price is, guys, just go ahead and get it because it's worth it. It's that good. All right, we need to reduce our speed. I'm just going to keep blabbing, and I kind of forget about this. So here we are. We are approaching the runway. It should be right ahead of us now. So what I'm going to do, this is the decel point. We're going to set the heading here. Right. We go to plan. And that's us. We step through. Alright, perfect. That's what I wanted to see. And let's switch this back to map. Alright. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to slightly make a change here. We're going to go there. So let me change our current heading. And we're going to go to, let's see where we are there. We're going to go to heading select. The airport appears to be there, so let's go ahead and say approach. Right, approach is selected. Single channel. We're a bit too high. Alright, let's set the speed brakes. Caution, terrain. Caution, terrain. Speed 139. Reduce our speed to 139. Alright, and I'm going to disconnect the autopilot. Let's reset the view. Autopilot disconnected. My aircraft. flaps 5. A little bit of wind here as we come into land. We're looking good. Speed check, flaps 15. In a return. Speed check, flaps 30. There's the runway in sight. Runway 19er, beg your pardon, 19er is our runway. Right, and engine mode, continuous. Right, perfect. Reset the view one more time. Alright, perfect. We are on final. Let's go ahead and disconnect the auto throttle. Auto throttle disconnected, and it's my aircraft. Slightly fast, but we're reducing our speed. We're on the glide slope almost and the localizer.
500.
Looking good.
400. 300. 200.
Crosswind there.
100. 50. 30. 20.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Delaman Airport. Versus route. Made it safely. Hey, Carl Childers is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Carl. Thank you very much for being here. All right, so we are back here. 214 is not bad. That's all right. All right, so here's what we're going to do, folks. We are going to hold short right here. All right, and I'm going to set the parking brake. Alright, and the next thing we're going to do is we are going to turn off the landing lights. Runway turn-off lights are fine, taxi's fine. We can turn off the wing lights, and strobe lights can go steady, yeah. This one can go to the off position, and we're going to start the APU. Alright, APU is now starting, and we can also... Oh, by the way, I forgot to record the landing, so there will be no replay, unfortunately. We're going to track the flaps as well, and auto brake can go to off. And what we can do now is call GSX, and now we want to go to the gate. So I'm going to select gate, and let's see, it says gate 9 medium. This one is available soon. It looks like there is someone there. There is gate 25 heavy. Let's go to gate 9 medium. And we're going to say request follow me. We'll say yes. And it says a marshaller has been dispatched on site. Follow me vehicle is on its way. Perfect. Switch to the outside here. And we'll wait for the pushback drive. 1 minute and 56 seconds before the before the follow me car is available to guide us to our position here at Dalaman Airport. So we're just gonna wait for the. Let's see here. Can we see him yet? I still can't see him. 42 seconds for the ETA. Oh, there he is. I can see him now. As you can see, the follow me car has now arrived to basically guide us to our position at the gate. All right, let's release the parking brake. Parking brake is released. And let's go. Follow me has arrived. Perfect. Let's give it power. We can stop the clock. All right. Now, he's supposed to take us to a medium-size gate. Which is okay for a 700. I love GSX, guys. Just absolutely brilliant. And as you can see again, no degradation in performance whatsoever. It's just really silk smooth. And this airport is a very good airport, by the way. Dalaman Airport is a fantastic airport. I'm gonna watch our speed here as we follow the follow me truck. Yes, the passenger animations does work with the gate, and that's exactly what we're going to do now. Is we are going to see how the passengers actually go through the entire length of the gate, and the gates at Dalaman are very, very nice. So you'll be able to see the passengers going through the gate, which is again very, very realistic. And a job very well done by the FsDreamTeam guys, really developing this this add-on. Guys, I would appreciate it if you can hit that like button for me if you are enjoying the stream. I would be very grateful. Alright, so we're almost at the gate area here. As you can see, beautiful airport by Simulations. One that I frequently fly in and out of when I'm not streaming. I've done a few streams on this aircraft, and I've done a special cinematic because I just really like this airport a lot. And I think it's a very well developed airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Optimized for performance, great use of PBR, very, very detailed buildings inside and out. The entire interior terminal is modeled as well. Right, here we go, that's our turn. And the pushback is, the follow me car is waiting for us now. And we have Adrian and Sandro. Welcome to the Kuwait Pilot channel, folks, and thank you very much for your support. All right, we're going to continue to Just look at this beautiful airport. So far, he's doing very well, the follow me guy. So he's actually guiding us properly through to the gate. And hopefully he'll put us in a nice position so that we can also remove the passengers through the... you can see them through the glass gates there. He's waiting for us now. It's good that he actually waits for you. Right, we are going to go there and excellent. We'll just follow him. It looks like he's going to put us in the other terminal there. As long as it's a gate, I'm happy. Where is he going now? Let's see. Oh, it looks like it's one of those gates, which is... Well, that's not exactly where I wanted him to take us. So you know what, guys? I'm just going to ignore him. He did take us to the right spot, but I want to park the aircraft at a different position because I want to show you the. Where is it? I think it's here, or is it at the other side? So those are not the glass. You know what, guys? I'm gonna go back. Sorry about that, but I want to show you guys the glass. I want to show you the glass jetways, because that way you can see the passengers going through them. So we're gonna go and park at one of them gates there, because that way you can see the passengers as we. Problem is, I'm not sure if it's if one that works with the GSX. There are certain positions that do not necessarily work with the GSX, but that one looks like. Let's see, not this one. We'll take the next one there. Yeah, that should work. Not this one. We'll take the next one. There we go. And that is our position here. Alright, slow it down a little bit. Alright, and we can set the brake here. I think it's alright. Still not the one I wanted. What do we do? I think that's the one I wanted there. Okay, which position is this? Number 27. Alright, let's see if GSX can wrap us in one of those positions.
You are currently parked at the wrong parking position.
Okay, thank you. Change parking facility. Let's see. Gate 11 suitable parkings. Alright, gate 27. Alright, and we're going to say, let's see, just wrap me there. Alright. Not sure why it's doing that. Alright, let's just give it some power and position the aircraft. Yeah, there's something not looking exactly the way it should be. Alright, here we go. Not sure what is going on there with the gates, but that's okay. All right, so let's go ahead and kill the engines. And we can now start the APU. We'll put the aircraft on APU power. APU bleed is on. Right, and we're going to turn off the fasten seatbelt signs. Right, that is done. And let's see here. We go now to GSX. Alright, so now we can begin deboarding. So we're going to say request deboarding.
The boarding requested.
Alright, do you want to reposition aircraft at default position? Let's say yes. Alright, let's take it there. Alright. So I guess this is the position it likes. And it's going to perform the deboarding. Not sure if the gateway is gonna, the jetway is going to also come to the aircraft.
Passengers deboarding started.
All right, perfect. Yeah, it doesn't look like the jetway has come. Looks like, yeah, so supposedly this is the jetway, but it's somehow not doing what it's supposed to do. Let me go here real quick, see if we can. Yeah, it looks like this is a kind of a glitch there. Menu, FS actions, ground services, and we'll go to the next page, passengers entries through the jetway, and then we'll go back here. Yeah, as you can see here, the passengers kind of, they're going through, this is supposed to be the jetway, but for some reason it's not loading correctly. But you can see the passengers kind of moving that way towards the jetway there. So if I go here, yeah, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. Well, it is doing what it's supposed to do. You can see that they're going there, but I'm not sure why it's not moving. All right, here we go. You can see the aircraft being unloaded here, and if the jetway was properly positioned at the aircraft, would have seen backslide. Jamie, people who stream stuff before knowing what they're doing always make me laugh. Well, Jamie, it's actually, there's nothing really I can do about that. It's the airport, the scenery. There's something wrong with the scenery, I suppose, but. Oh yeah, I hear you. I'm glad it's a good lap for you. So this actually looks like if it was this jetway was connected, the passengers would actually move exactly from the aircraft door through the jetway to the airport. You can see them here, going back into the back to the terminal. The funny thing is, when I loaded this aircraft at Delaman, the jetways were perfectly aligned. I'm not sure why on arrival it kind of looked like that, but yeah. You can see all the... By the way, we go to GSX here. Doesn't want to start for some reason. You can still hear the passengers deboarding the aircraft. That could be the case, Steel Sea, yes, it might be. But nonetheless, I think it's a pretty good... I think I need to set something for the third-party airports, so replace them, but it worked fine earlier, so I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong in this specific scenario, but yeah, you can see the jetways are not connected there for some reason. But the animations, the sounds, everything is just fantastic, and this is definitely, it's, by the way guys, this is beta, so the product is still in beta, and so glitches are expected, but nonetheless, brilliant. It really delivers on what it's supposed to do.
Thank you. Good night.
There we go. Right. Love the sounds. I mean, even the sounds of the bags being thrown on the carts here, you can hear that. Look at that. Very nice indeed. I'm unable to reset the jetway for some reason. So if I go here and click on the GSX menu, for some reason I'm unable to get the menu now. So something might have happened. What we can do is the following. I can go ahead and, so this is actually the caudal engine working in the background. You can see exactly what's going. So what you can do is we can say restart gracefully, like that, and then it would take it. Now you can see this guy. By the way, you see this here in the you see this guy here in the jetway there. That's also GSX. So you really get everything. There's something is definitely not right there, either with the scenery or maybe with something that I've done. But yeah, it worked fine previously, but now it's doing something really funny. So let me see if we can bring the GSX menu now. All right, there we go. There is the reposition the aircraft. Let's see if we can take it to a parking a gate suitable. We're going to take it to a large gate. How's that? Let's go to the next page. Medium is fine. All right, 29. Follow me. Just wrap me there. All right. So it's the same issue, I think. See, you can see the jetways here, but once the aircraft goes somewhere there, it's gonna start looking funny. But nonetheless, you know, it works as advertised. A few glitches are obviously here, so we can bring the jetway here. Yeah, that works. Just look at that, guys. Isn't that something? I absolutely love it. And there's a guy, the door opens, and it's not exactly where it should be, but yeah, that's probably something to do with the fact that this is a payware airport, and maybe I need to replace the jetways with GSX. There is an option to do this. Now, one thing I do want to show you is if you go to GSX settings, and let's see if we have, all right, we do have them. All right, so from the GSX settings here, as you can see, you can, from the simulation tab, you can actually change the speed of the follow me car speed. It's currently set at 18 knots, so you can definitely change that. You've got the parking slow down speed, 7.5 knots, straight pushback distance. You can again adjust this, currently sets to 100 meters. Then you have multiple trips, estimate passenger number, always refuel progressively, detect custom aircraft system refueling, assistance services, auto mode, ignore doors, enable in-game cameras, all sorts of things here that you can enable and disable to make it fit exactly your preference. Enable airport walkers, so these are the people that will walk inside airports independent of the ground crew for for GSX. Good engine start confirmation. Again, you can turn this on and off, and obviously if you are doing a GA aircraft, you probably don't need this. Ignore wingspan when parking. You can obviously, if you tick this on, then you can park at any position. If this is off, then the GSX will tell you which parking position is suitable for the aircraft. Again, always ask for pushback. You can always check this if that's what you choose to do. Message verbosity, again, the user display all the messages, or you can bring this down a little, only important messages if you don't want things to start popping on the screen here. And then the sound volume, you can adjust it as well here. I'll leave it at max for now. Marshal distance readout. You can override parking airline codes if you want. SimBrief username, you can put it here in order to sync the payload information from the SimBrief. Timings, again, this is something that you can tweak the passengers, so you can make it very dense, or you can reduce this. The refueling time, the minimum time is 15 seconds. Time acceleration times 10, you can adjust this to make it more realistic. Interval between waiting for action messages, 10, you can again tweak this if you like. Audio is just really selecting your audio device and performing a test to make sure everything is working okay. Troubleshooting, you can always enable the diagnostic in order to troubleshoot any issues, and contact FsDreamTeam support for additional support should you fall in need for help during the use of this product. Well, folks, this is pretty much it for this live stream, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed this stream as much as I enjoyed streaming it for you. GSX by FsDreamTeam is without a doubt a very promising add-on, and in my view it's a day one purchase. It definitely receives my highest commendations. It's incredibly fun, it's very entertaining, and it does definitely add that extra level of immersion to your flying experience in Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is pretty much it, guys, and I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, for all the new subscribers, for those of you who became members, for the super chats. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much for making my presence with you this evening worthwhile. It's been a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed taking a look at FsDreamTeam GSX Pro. In closing, I do want to reiterate my thanks to the FsDreamTeam team for providing me with this early access at GSX Pro, and for you guys, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, stay safe, and bye bye for now.